Iron Giant Historical Society number 1214. A locomotive from a fictional story, conceived by the founder of Steel Beasts of Norfolk and Western, Jonah Crider. A locomotive that has become a legend across the channel and Instagram page. One that is beloved by modelers and tourists alike. Today, her story is told. From the real-life locomotive to the Route of Legends series locomotive. Enjoy. To fully understand her fictional story, we must go back to the real-life locomotive, Norfolk and Western's A-Class number 1214. Although I have no original film of the real 1214, I do have a collection of photos from the archives of the Norfolk and Western Historical Society. Number 1214 was built by the Roanoke shops, with an exact date being unknown in my research. She was a part of the first batch, being one of the 25 A's built after the initial prototypes during World War II. With the Norfolk and Western knowing the potential of these locomotives, 1214 and her siblings were instantly put to work. Due to the United States entering the Second World War 2 years prior, the Norfolk and Western praised these locomotives for their high-speed potential and hauling power. In tandem with their cousins, the Y-Class, the A's proved their worth on the entire system. For 1214, it was just another day in the office. Until 1959, where she was retired and ultimately scrapped. I have already covered the A-Class in the 1218 video. If you'd like to learn more about their history, be sure to check it out. In the Route of Legends storyline, number 1214 was found abandoned on Old Norfolk and Western trackage, deep in West Virginia's Blue Ridge Mountains. She was discovered by the Norfolk Southern Steam Program, who at the time already had her brother, 1218. With her boiler and internals in horrible condition, she was sold to the Baltimore Railroad Preservation Works, located in Whiteford, Maryland, to become parts for a Baltimore and Ohio EM1. The owner of the workshop, Dave Miller, saw the potential of another A-Class operating, and by the close of Norfolk Southern's steam program in 1994, work began on 1214. By 2001, with the called-in help of the Iron Giant Historical Society, number 1214 was operational. Yet, with no feasible way to operate her due to both Amtrak and the NS. Both preservation societies sat and waited, keeping the locomotive maintained and clean for the public. It wouldn't be until 2022, where the Iron Giant Historical Society would catch NS with its pants down. Without public knowledge, both preservation societies were restoring the last Y6 B-Class locomotive in preservation. Number 2198 was restored in 2022 and performed her test runs on the Western Maryland Scenics trackage. Seeing this, the Norfolk Southern provided trackage rights from Roanoke to Chicago, as well as to Johnson City, Tennessee, where the Iron Giant Historical Society was located. Even though a deal had been made for mainline steam, the Y6, known as Yates, would be the spearhead for the excursion season, due to 1214 being inspected by the IGHS. It wouldn't be until October of that year that 1214, now known amongst the community As Alexios, it showed modern railfans what steam could do. As required by the NS, Alexios performed a large-scale test, compared to the one underwent by 1218 33 years prior. With 20-odd coal hoppers in tow, no diesel helper, and a boiler full of steam, 1214 performed beautifully, hauling the consist from Whiteford to Roanoke with no issue. After the test, she would be prepared for a move to Johnson City. Until the move, she was stored beside her brother, 1218, at the Virginia Museum of Transportation. That December, 1214 would haul the Iron Giant Historical Society's tour across Tennessee excursion, which was not only to show off the locomotive, but to give passengers a way to spend the holidays on a lifelike Polar Express. The tour went from Johnson City all the way to Memphis, just in time for Christmas Eve. After Christmas, she pounded the rails back home to Johnson City for a New Year's celebration. This is where we come into the present day, as both Yates and Alexios have been running across the NS system since the New Year's. As of the end of January, 1214 is on tour back to Whiteford, for a train show happening there. As for Yates, he was drug out of storage by Jonah, to keep up with local excursions until his cousin's return. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Until next time.